Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different than my usual vlogs. I actually don't really like sitting down in front of a camera and talking. I feel really weird about it and I feel like I just stumble over my words. So hopefully this video makes sense. However, it is back to school time. Woo! And I have wanted to make this video for a really long time. Freshman year, I definitely had a lot of opinions about and kind of wanted to share them for all of you who are about to go into your freshman year, things that you didn't expect coming in because freshman year can honestly be very overwhelming. It can be very nerve-wracking going in, and so hopefully if you are about to go in, this helps you prepare a little bit. Or if you've already gone through your freshman year, hopefully you agree. If you disagree, comment down below, give your advice, let people know what you think. And without further ado, let's just get into this. Alright, the first thing I didn't expect coming into college, and this one is kind of expected, to be honest. However, it's actually very surprising when it does happen, and that would be you have so much independence and so much freedom. Like, literally the first night when your parents leave you after you've moved in and it's 9 p.m. and you could go do literally whatever you want and not have to text anyone where you are can be a huge shock to people. And that's why I honestly just wanted to include it in here and definitely take full advantage of it, embrace it. This is a part of your new adulthood. But also with that comes a big responsibility of managing your time. And that leads into my next thing I didn't expect when coming to college, and that was just how much free time I actually was going to have. Now, I'm someone in high school who was busy 24/7. A lot of people in high school, I feel like, are that way. Even with having a school day that starts at 7:30 and ends at 2:30, your day is pretty much booked for you. And then on top of that, I had play practice, which went till 5:30, and then I had speech practice, which went till 7, and then I had to eat dinner, and then I had to do homework, and your entire day is structured and you're doing something. Whereas when you come to college, you might only have class for 3 hours a day and the rest is all yours. Unless you come in being a student athlete or being a theater student and being in a musical and already having those commitments that you need to attend to. However, for me, I had so much free time. And it got to the point where I remember one afternoon I literally laid in bed and watched The Bachelorette or it was The Bachelor at the time, and TV shows all afternoon, and then I was like, why didn't I do my homework now? And it really comes down to managing your time, and people always talk about that in high school, but it's weird when you have free time, you almost need to manage your time more. And that was, again, something I really didn't expect. And try to be as useful with your time as you can be, whereas like you could be getting ahead, you could be doing something productive instead of just wasting that free time. The next thing I didn't expect when coming to college was the academics. Now, something people kind of allude to, but not really, is academics aren't harder, they're just different. And I know in high school, especially high school now, it's so stressful. They pile so much homework on you, and you have tests pretty much every week. So that can be a very stressful environment, and that's kind of similar in college. However, this time, your exams are way more important than your homework. Usually homework is probably 10% of your grade, whereas exams could be anywhere between 45 to 70% of your grade. It varies. But that's why you really need to learn those study habits and study over time instead of just procrastinating, because again, those exams are so much more important than potentially the 5 or 6 tests that you had in high school. Also, with academics, there might be some things that you don't know. I know when I was talking to people about kind of their freshman year, they felt like some of the writing styles and different papers that you had to write, they didn't really know. And with that, I would just say go to your professors and ask for help. I know at Loyola they have UCWR, and that really helped me with college writing, but again, you're in college and you're not going to know everything, and also your first semester is not going to be perfect. I definitely failed an exam my first semester. Econ got me good. And that's okay. Like, you're not used to the style, and don't stress out about that. You'll get your grades back. And if you're someone like me that was a perfectionist in high school, stop worrying about grades. You're gonna be fine, and you'll get a hang of it eventually. The next thing I didn't expect when coming to college is kind of related to academics, but a little bit cooler. That's a weird way to word it. But something about school that started becoming enjoyable was that you started learning things that you cared about. One, because you're in your major and you're probably taking a few of your major classes and you're actually enjoying the content that you're learning. Or for me, it wasn't necessarily that I was learning things that I was enjoying, but a lot of things were coming full circle for me in a way. I was taking 6 different courses, and all of them at one point in time started connecting to each other. And that was just really cool because it felt like my education was actually becoming applicable to my daily life. And I feel like in high school, so often you're like, why am I learning like this? I'm never ever gonna use it. Whereas in college, that definitely changes for me. I've learned a lot of really cool things, not just about my major, but about the world. Like, I took a religion class about why we have religions, and that was just very insightful for myself and my own awareness of the world. And that's something really cool about college courses. And I also think a liberal arts education, we definitely get a very well-rounded because of all of the core classes we need to take. However, I think any college you're attending, you're going to get a great education, and not only going to be applicable to your career, but also applicable to your daily life, yourself, your awareness, and your knowledge as a person. Now, my next thing that I didn't expect to happen in college, but it's kind of expected and is cliche, but you start to find yourself. And I could say so much about this because there's something, at least this is why I recommend getting out of state. However, this totally happens if you're 20 minutes away from home or you're 6 hours like I am. But you just start to experience new people, and you start to get such a greater understanding of different lifestyles. And with that, then you can grasp more so where you come from and the person you are and what has made you who you are. For example, something me and my friends love to talk about is the way our parents raised us. That's something that is so different. Whether you have more strict parents, more lenient parents, can really affect who you are. And that was something very interesting to learn about with your friends and meeting new people. More so my sophomore year, I feel like I've started to figure out more about who I am, but freshman year is definitely the start of that, and something really important and a really good time in your life to grow and to change and to develop in who you are. Another reason I think this does start to happen your freshman year is because for the first time in your life, you get to be your own person, independent of anything you've ever known, independent of your parents, independent of your friends that you've maybe known for 18 years of your life. This just goes back to that whole independence thing. Now you're your own individual, you make your own decisions, you like what you want to like instead of maybe what your parents told you to. And that's something really, really cool about college, is just growing into that person that you want to be, not what someone else is telling you to be. Alright, so now I'm going to go into the part of the video where I don't want to scare anyone, but freshman year is not easy. And that's something I didn't expect. I think our problem is we tend to compare our lives a lot on social media, and people just post all of the amazing things that are happening to them freshman year of college. And instead, people don't see you crying in your dorm room when you miss your parents and your friends back at home. And college is a huge change, and a lot of things come with that. A lot of hard moments come with that, and that's why freshman year is so not easy. I just wanted to get into a few things about why I found it to be difficult. So one thing I didn't expect freshman year is this feeling of being in between worlds. And you don't really know what this is until you get into your freshman year of college and you come home winter break, and all of a sudden you have two worlds you're a part of. You have your family at home, you have your friends at home, you have your siblings at home, and then in college you have all of your new friends and your new experiences and everything that's happening there. It becomes this divide in a way that can be really confusing, and I just remember feeling, it sounds dramatic, but kind of, well, where do I belong if I don't belong in either one? Because all of a sudden you're leaving this one behind, whereas like you might be drifting from people you didn't expect to drift from, or you might be getting closer with people you didn't expect to closer to. You know, there's the benefits and the downsides, but also you could be not having great friends and feeling stuck in between, and that does get really, really hard your freshman year sometimes. My advice when that does happen is you kind of just got to stick with it. For me, something again that I didn't expect was how difficult it really was to make friends at college. Everyone is looking for friends, so you're gonna meet 5 people your first week and you're gonna stick with them and then realize, okay, maybe they're not my best friends, or maybe they are, who knows. And it's very different for everyone. However, it's so normal to go in and out of friend groups your freshman year, because for once in your life you kind of get to pick and choose who you hang out with, and that's where you do get to start being picky with who is going to push you as a person and make you better versus someone you're just friends with because you like going out with them. So it definitely wasn't until my second semester that I met some of my really close friends who are my best friends now, and made freshman year start to get a lot better and made Loyola start to feel more at home. However, it's going to take time. For me, I was in Minnesota all up until college, and I had never really had to make friends before, and that is definitely a skill that you kind of need to relearn. You know, you're not a 5-year-old, you don't just like want to randomly approach someone and be like, be my friend. So that's just something to look out for, and understand that it's okay if you're not meeting people right away. My advice too is try to stick it out if you can. I totally understand people who transfer. You need to do what you need to do, and if you're not happy, you're not happy and you need to transfer. But also, I think a lot of people are quick to give up after their first semester, after they're miserable. You know, I was miserable. However, I really pushed through in that second semester. I really pushed to get involved. I joined my sorority, and I got a job, and I just found a lot more people on campus who made me feel welcome and enjoyed the experience so much more. And that's where I think my advice goes, is to just really push yourself to get more involved if you're feeling alone or like this isn't your home yet, because that's totally normal. Okay, that last part was a little bit jumbled, so hopefully it's clear enough that you understand, but please leave any questions down below, or if you need me to elaborate on something, I can always make another video. But that leads me into my last thing that I did not expect, and that is how happy I would be after my freshman year of college. Overall, like, I have just grown so much as a person, and college really helps you with that process and helps you to mature and gives you so much into gaining a better life. No, that's stupid. Okay. Okay, at this point, I think I'm just rambling. I hope this video was somewhat beneficial, because if not, then I wasted all this time talking and not packing. Don't forget to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. And now, after this video, starts Rome vlogs. I hope you're excited. I am. I'm also terrified, but I will see you guys in my next video, and peace.